welcome to Midnight Slumber. I am your host, Zach Miller. Join me as we take a journey through the alternate realities that take place after midnight. This week, a family goes missing down in Louisiana on a reptile farm. The warm sun shines down on my face as I relax against the cool metal chair. Flies buzz by singing their midday summer tune. A cool breeze whips up, causing the tall grass to sway. My brother pushes open the screen door, bumping the banjo by the dog. Our dog barely opens his eyes in response to the loud clang. "You seen Mom or Dad anywhere?" my brother asks me. I lean my chair forward and stand, telling him I thought they were inside. He shakes his head, letting me know they are not in the house. "Let's check the farm." We walk down the wooden porch and step onto our metal pontoon boat. It rocks as we get in, and I stop to tell our basset hound to wait, that we will be back. My brother fires up the engine, and we speed off, heading towards the farm. The tall grass and trees fly by us, and a few flocks of birds scatter. We slow down as we enter into gator territory. The gators hiss at us as we move along. The purr of the engine drowns most of them out. A few of them are bigger than our boat, and their eyes are staring at us, hoping one of us will fall out so that they can have an easy meal. As we pass them, one of them begins to follow us. We make a sharp right turn and try to lose it when our boat hits a log and beaches itself on dry ground. The farm is just up ahead, so we jump out and make a break for it. The tall grass whips us as we run, and mosquitoes angrily buzz by our ears, trying to catch us. We jump the metal chain link fence, and everything stops chasing us. Looking back, the large gator slides into the water, disappearing almost instantly. My brother taps me on the shoulder, and I turn to see what he wants. To my surprise, he is wide-eyed. I look behind me to see where he is looking, and a massive dinosaur with a long neck is plucking food from a tree high above us. My brother spots a transport vehicle from the city parked not too far away. The dinosaur's family is just off in the distance, grazing along with it. We quietly and slowly back away. As we duck behind some bushes, I see a torn briefcase on the ground. I know it's our father's. We push through some more bushes, avoiding the spiders and flying groups of gnats that populate this area, and pry the door open. The door flings upward, and we climb in. Blue and green lights flicker on as it powers up. The jets on the bottom fire, pushing us into the sky, allowing us to fly just above the treetops. With the vehicle mainly being made out of clear plastic, we can see all around us. Multiple fences are breaking this swampland apart. Each has a different variety of dinosaurs. We pass by 10 sets of fencing before we see a large barren valley ahead. We slowly fly over, trying to find any signs of our family, but all we see are a group of soldiers in black armor marching down this valley. As we get closer to them, they begin firing upon us. The red lasers scream by, just barely missing us. A few bounce and deflect off the shields that surround us. My brother guns it, pushing the throttle as far as it'll go. We speed off, but one of the soldiers below us has a vehicle similar to ours. He blasts off, chasing after us and firing. We duck and dodge, trying to avoid getting hit, but he manages to lock onto us and bombards our shields. Up ahead is a construction site where we see more of the soldiers training. We have flown into an ambush. They all unload on us, destroying our shield and tearing our ship apart. My brother manages to crash land on top of the building. However, the impact sends my chair and me flying from the vehicle. I manage to unbuckle and jump from my seat, landing hard but safely onto the top of a crane. My seat falls hundreds of feet to the ground, obliterating on impact. I slowly stand, trying to keep my balance. My brother climbs out and down into the building, avoiding being seen by the approaching vehicle. The soldier sees me as he hovers over the wreckage. I anticipate a volley of fire, but instead, he flies his craft over to the crane and parks it just on the other side of the long bar where I am standing. The glass lifts, and he steps out onto the bar with me. He's taller than the other soldiers we saw, and his armor is thicker. He pulls a long, glowing blade from his back and postures towards me in a fighting stance. Without saying a word, he motions for me to attack. My right arm is injured from the landing, and I have no weapon. Yet I know this soldier took my family, and the fact that he almost killed us makes me want revenge. The anger inside me builds, and I rush towards him. He doesn't move until I am within a few feet of him. He swings the sword at my head, and I slide under him, grabbing his left leg with my good arm. The sudden shift in weight causes him to lose his footing. I let go and grab hold of the railing, catching myself. The soldier falls, letting go of his sword and grabbing hold of the bar. I see all of this happening in slow motion. As he grabs hold, I swing my legs wide, connecting with his face. The impact knocks him off the rails, sending him to the ground below. He impacts the cement parking lot, just like my chair did earlier. I struggle to pull myself up, but I make it. Laying there, catching my breath, I hear a humming sound off to my right. Turning my head, I see the sword laying there atop the beam. I reach over and grab hold of it. Instantly, I feel an immense power surge through my body, healing my injured arm. I stand holding this black and red sword in my hand, amazed at what it is doing to me. I look back at the building and see my brother getting ready to walk into an ambush, as there are more soldiers on the floor below him. I pause as the soldiers aren't looking for him, but they are guarding a group of people. Among those people, I spot our parents. I need to get to them, but first, I must stop my brother from walking into a trap. I take a few steps back, and with the new power in me, I leap forward, clearing the large gap and landing on the same floor as him. He stops and stands in awe at what he just witnessed. Without saying a word, he knows we must create a plan of attack. Thank you for listening to tonight's episode. Please leave a comment and check out our social media on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. We would love to hear your thoughts on tonight's episode. I'm your host, Zach Miller, and thanks for listening. Have a good Midnight Slumber.